Morning, you guys. It's Jenny, and today is our Kundalini practice. It's Sunday, the 16th. It's my mom's birthday. So today we're actually going to be practicing a set in honor of her, and she's been having some lung issues recently. And so we're going to be clearing out our heart chakra because those lungs are associated with the heart chakra. So we're going to be working on that space energetically today. And both of these practices are actually really also for removing negativity. And, you know, negativity is a relative thing. It's a very personal thing, what we consider to be negative. And really what I believe negativity is essentially, it's just something that's not in vibration with where we're at, right? With my vibration, my tone of vibration that I'm emitting. Negativity just feels like it doesn't vibe with whatever I'm emitting. And so we're not necessarily like releasing like what social program would say negative is. We're releasing everything that's not in alignment with the truth of our being, that's not in alignment with our own distinct vibration. And so that's the negativity that we're going to be releasing today. So we're doing a set to open the heart and remove negativity. And then we're going to be doing it's more like a meditation, but they actually call it a set. And it's the Gutka Kriya, using the magic mantra as a gutka to reverse negative energy. And so for the Gutka Kriya, I actually put on your post today on Patreon, there is a link for the mantra Ekonkar Sat Guru Prasad. And it tells you, there's one that tells you what it is. Of course, we're going to run through that when we get to that point. And then there's another link that has the Spotify playlist where you can actually listen to it as well if you have a Spotify account. If not, you can look up another version with whatever music app you might have or utilize, and that's totally just fine as well. So this first Kriya that we're going to be doing, they're both fairly short today. It's a short set, and it works on opening the heart center. And so basically what they're saying about this Kriya is that, excuse me, I'm sorry, my allergies are bad this morning, is that cultivating and maintaining good posture is one of our modern challenges. And so in this lesson, we're going to cover some of the pointers in Kundalini Yoga techniques related to posture. Some of the reasons for bad posture and the gradual humping of our spine include closed heart, being too mental, too much energy in the chakras and not being grounded, and a weak navel point. So the closed heart, one of the main reasons for poor posture is a closed heart. If we're afraid, lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem, if we suffer from any of the manifestations from a closed heart chakra, then we try to protect ourselves by physically bending at the heart center and solar plexus. Much deep emotional pain is stored in the solar plexus between the navel center and the breast. Our protective instincts are often initiated in this area of the solar plexus. And so those are some of the areas that we're going to be working on today, releasing those energies of fear, anger, sadness, and those are the lions that guard the gate of the heart, it says. So we must befriend them to open our hearts. Muscularly, the heart chakra needs support of the back muscles to stay open. If our back is weak, we gradually collapse and bend over. So you can see how, like, we're not just working on, strengthening this space. We want to strengthen the counter part of that part of our being as well, because that's going to help give us strength within that space. So that closed heart, it's just like a wild animal when you find them out in the wild, or if you get a new dog and they roll over on their back and they expose their belly, that's basically like, I trust you, I give, when you're dealing with animals in the wild, they're going to do everything they can to protect their belly, their heart, their neck, Being too mental, ideally we operate from our heart. The problem is that we have become talking and walking heads. Our body ends up being a source of transportation for our thoughts about what we think we should be doing. What happens is that our physical head actually leads when we walk and protrudes over our body, even when we are eating. talking, or sitting and working at our computer. When our head is not evenly balanced over our spine, our posture gets out of alignment. Our body has to compensate for the weight of the head sticking out in front of the body. And if we're not grounded, we're living in our and not in the sensations of our bodies, and the energies stay in our upper body from the shoulders up. Weak navel center. Our navel center is the third eye of our physical body. It's also the physical midpoint of the body. So when it's weak, we literally have no physical center or way to direct our lower centers. Our physical movement should be initiated from our navel center. However, when it's weak or off center, by default, we initiate from our head. So strong core is super important. That's why we strengthen our core. That's why we're constantly strengthening that space. That's where the power of our being is literally found, is within that space. If we're not strengthening that core center, we're just keeping ourselves subject to everything, essentially. So there's corrective practices that we can do. Slightly pulling in the navel point, gently pulling the root lock muscles at the base of the spine. This is giving you some understanding of why we do some of the practices we do in yoga and Kundalini Yoga and things of that nature. Breathing in our belly and making sure the inhale expands the kidney area. Initiating movements, including walking from the navel center. Inhale before initiating movements. Usually we move and then realize we're holding our breath. Pull our spine up, especially at the solar plexus, so it stays open and not caved in. Keep the sternum up and the shoulders relaxed. You notice when you keep the sternum up, you draw that collarbone up towards the chin and the shoulders are relaxed back and down. You immediately feel that alignment of your being. Just try that really quick. Feeling the sensations in our body when we have thoughts, checking to see how they register in our being. Standing on 2 feet. Instead of balancing on only one while standing, lie on the floor with pillows or folded blankets under the spine at the level of the heart and the solar plexus. Naturally opens up the heart space, right? All of those heart opening postures. Move shoulders, hands, and arms, fingers, and spine at back. We are often stationary. Inaction creates stagnation of energy. Stand up and shake your limbs. Do shoulder shrugs, neck rolls while you're sitting. Be creative, but stretch and move. So this is why we practice. This is why we have a regular practice. Daily practice of Kundalini include exercises to cultivate energy in the lower chakras, strengthen the navel point, and open the heart centers. So essentially, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're engaging in that set to open the heart and remove the negativity. It's a really easy, beautiful set, and that's something you can do at home, really easily. This is one of those sets that you can really write it down and remember it so you can come back to it, because it's really going to be beneficial for that. So let's go ahead and start tuning in so that we can move directly into that set. We'll do a couple little stretches first. We're just going to start by grounding and posture and just listening to any of those cues that really stuck out for you when we were talking about creating that length in the body, opening up through the heart space, allowing the heart to radiate forward so that we're following the heart. We're always leading with the heart. Find your breath. Always focusing on the breath, taking that bridge from the physical body back to the spirit when we're creating this safe space on our mat. Eyes are closed. The attention is drawn back inside of the self and away from the thoughts that would carry our attention back outside of ourselves. Withdraw your attention away from the thoughts and back to the breath. Feel those collarbones lifting up towards the chin. Drop the shoulders back and down, tucking the chin ever so slightly back and down so that you have that beautiful long center line of your body. Hands are gently resting on top of the knees. Sits bones are rooted and grounded into the earth beneath you. Connecting to our primordial mother. Already engaging in those feelings of safety, security, connectedness. Deepening the breath so that you're drawing that breath all the way down into the belly. Expanding through the kidney area. There's so much beautiful science behind our practice. It's more than the energetics. But of course, spirit and science are connected. You can't have one without the other. And through our practice, we celebrate both. Really feeling the sensation of the heart radiating forward now. Feeling that heart-centered energy radiating from out of your being. All of that beautiful light that shines within permeates through all of those cells, all of those atoms, all of the space in between. Igniting those areas with that energy of divine source energy, great spirit. And within that space, nothing that is not aligned to that energy can exist, so we let it go. Letting go of anything that does not align with that truth of our being, that divine expression. On the exhalation, release it down through the roots, grounding you into the earth. So that Mother Earth can take that energy that is no longer service and turn it into something that is life affirming. Crown of the head shines into the sky, feeling into that connection to that universal source energy, that open channel to give and receive. Start rubbing the palms of the hands together at the heart center, just in front of the heart center, creating that friction and heat. Tuck your thumbs into the breastbone. Hands are in prayer pose. Fingers are pointed upwards into the sky. Forearms are parallel to the earth. Tuning in with that mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, tuning into those higher aspects of our being, that soul space energy. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully and completely. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply, suspending the breath. Apply your root lock if it's in your practice today. No hypertension, no heart issues, not on your moon cycle or pregnant. Spinning the breath at the top. Exhale. Release the hands. Release the lock. Keep those eyes closed for a moment. Just feeling into that energy of tuning into your own being. Tune into that soul space. Gently allowing those eyes to flutter open whenever you're ready. You know, something that's super important in your practice too is remember that there's no rush. You're in a rush all the time. Every day it seems like, you know, rushing from one thing to another. When we're engaging in our practice, resist the urge to rush through each and everything. Give yourself space to feel into it completely and fully so that it can totally integrate into your being and you can feel into the embodiment of the thing when that's done, right? That's how we embody as we allow for the integration to occur. But if you're not giving yourself time to stop, to feel, to breathe, to take account of where you're at within your practice, you know, we're going to miss a lot of the beauty. So we're going to start with a couple exercises. We're going to start just like they said, just shake out the hands and arms first. So let's just shake out those hands and arms. You can take it down low. You can draw it over the head. Close your eyes. Take your attention to your third eye space and just shake out some of that energy that's not serving you right now. Get that energy moving. And just breathing into your body naturally. If you sit at your desk for a long time during the day, or you have those environments where you're not allowed to move much, great thing to do. Stand up and just shake your body a little bit. Get that energy moving, all of that stagnation, allow it to flow, releasing the stuff that's not serving you. Go ahead and let go of those arms, resting the hands on the knees now. We're going to close the eyes and we're going to engage in some shoulder shrugs. Gosh, I cannot talk. Inhaling, shoulders drawing up towards the earlobes. Exhaling, dropping those shoulders back and down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Attention is at that brow point center. Moving at that pace that feels the most comfortable and safe to you. And remembering not to rush through everything. It doesn't all have to be fast. We can take it nice and slow. One more time. And then releasing those shoulders back down into their neutral position. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe into the body for a moment and just feeling into the sensations within your own being. No judgment, attachment, no expectations, just witnessing and experiencing. Allowing and accepting. Taking those deep breaths. And on your next exhalation, keeping those eyes closed, we're going to drop our chin to our chest so that we can begin those gentle neck circles. Starting in whatever direction feels the most comfortable and safe. Take it super slow. Drawing one ear towards one shoulder, crown of the head falls to the back of the room. Opposite ear to opposite shoulder, finding the chin to the chest once again. Continuing in that circular motion, breathing into any of those parts of the body where you're experiencing that tension, that stagnation, discomfort. Just pause and breathe into that space, remembering the magic of the prana. That prana, that breath is not just the air in front of your face. It's that cosmic life force energy. And it's a beautiful, magical tool that we can infuse our being. All of those places that feel compromised, that feel that they're contracting away from the body, contracting away from the life experience, send that new life into those spaces, allowing them to transmute, to shift, to move. Trusting the spirit to know what to do. You don't have to know all the whys and the hows. Just give it permission to do exactly what it needs to do and trust that it's going to be done. Next time you find your chin towards the chest, draw that neck rotation in the opposite direction, aligning both sides of the body. Excuse me. Next time you find your chin towards the chest, inhale and draw your body back into that neutral, easy seated position. Keeping those eyes closed, breathing into the body. All the way down into the belly. Feeling that navel rise up and away from the body on the inhalation and taking the navel towards the spine on the exhale. Slowly and gently opening up those eyes whenever you're ready so that we can come into that first exercise. So this one's kind of interesting, the way that we're going to be doing our mudra for this one. We're going to be clasping our fingers in Venus lock, but curling Mercury, which is your little finger, and Sun, which is your ring finger, into the palms instead of crossing them. They hook left Saturn, middle finger, over the right and pull hard. So these two fingers are going to be curled inside your Sun and your Mercury. And then the rest of our fingers are going to be interlocked, just like so. And it says that your left finger, your left middle finger, should be crossed over your right, which should be underneath. And then the thumbs come to touch. And you're going to pull apart. And you're going to pull hard. And you want those arms to be parallel to the ground. And your hands are going to be right about in front of your heart space, okay? And you're focusing at the third eye, so the eyes are closed, your attention is drawn inward and upward towards your brow point center, and you're going to continuously pull hard on the finger lock for 1 to 3 minutes. Keep those shoulders back and down so that you're not creating tension in the upper back. You're going to be here for 2 minutes. So keeping that breath natural, working to create an equal length of inhalation to exhalation. This particular exercise removes anger and enthrones the neutral mind. Keep the breath in the solar plexus and feel the energy and sensations that you're creating there. Remembering to keep pulling. Strong center line of the body. Head is stacked on top of the heart stacked on top of the sits bones that are rooted and grounded into the earth beneath you. You're more than a minute in. You only have about 45 seconds left, so keep pulling. Keep that tension in those hands and those arms. You can feel that back opening up underneath those shoulder blades as you create that tension with the pull. remembering to breathe and focusing on the solar plexus with the breath. Inhale deeply. Suspend your breath. Keep that pull on that mudra. Apply your root lock if it's in your practice. Hold that breath as long as you can, and we can no longer hold it in. Exhale. You can release that lock, release that tension, and release your hands down onto your knees. Breathing into the body. If you need to rotate through those shoulders a little bit, loosen up a little bit of that tension, feel free to do so. Open up those eyes whenever you're ready. So this next exercise, we're actually going to take our hands to our face. So we're going to fit the base of the palms under the cheekbones and push as hard as you can for 2 minutes. And so it says it doesn't have to hurt, but if you feel that little bit of like tension or pain when you're pressing on the cheekbones, then it says you have the right spot. Okay? Let me move my mic for a second. Take those hands just underneath the cheekbones. You're going to feel the base of the palm just fitting right underneath those cheekbones. You're going to press and allow the fingertips to gently rest at the top of the head. Close the eyes and apply that pressure through the base of the palms. Keeping the spine nice and straight. Breathe into the body. Keeping the eyes closed. Your attention's at your third eye. This posture is really good for taking the stress out of the head and gives you a glowing complexion. It says it's really normal to feel really happy after engaging in this exercise. Keep that spine straight, chin tucked ever so slightly back and down as you apply that pressure to those cheekbones. Feeling that pressure and a little bit of like discomfort that you know you're in the right spot. You're already a minute in. You only have 1 more minute to go. So keep that pressure applied. Natural breath. Inhale deeply. Keep that pressure on those cheeks with those hands. Spin your breath and apply your boot lock. When you can no longer hold that breath, exhale, release the breath, release the hands, release the lock. Take those hands to the knees. Breathing into the body for a moment, keeping your attention inside of your own being. Gently allowing those eyes to open up. We're going to grasp onto our left wrist with the right hand and pull. So that left arm is going to come across the body. You're going to take your right hand. We never want to place the hand on the wrist bone. You never want to place put any pressure on your joint. So we're going to go just underneath that wrist bone. And then you can pull that arm. You're going to close your eyes, draw the attention awareness back inside. You're going to be here for 2 minutes. Grasping that left arm with the right hand and pulling that arm as far to the right as possible. And as it opens up through that shoulder blade, you may find that you can pull it a little bit farther across if that feels safe and comfortable to you. And this particular exercise removes tension from across the shoulder blades. It opens up the back and the heart and connects the energy of the arms and hands with the heart. This is a good exercise for the symptoms of carpal tunnel and numbing of the arms and hands. These kinds of conditions are partially caused by blocked energy between the hands, arms, and heart. So we need to open up that energetic space and release any of those energies that are potentially blocking that energetic flow. This exercise only calls for us to do this practice with this left arm, but in your personal practice, you can do it on both sides if you feel like you need to open up through both of those shoulder blades. Continue to pull on that arm and inhale deeply. Suspend your breath and apply your root lock. If you're not on your moon cycle, you're not pregnant, no other contraindications. Exhale. Release those arms. Allow the hands to fall on top of the knees, keeping the eyes closed. Breathe into the body for a moment. Gently opening those eyes whenever you're ready. I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see what I'm doing here. We're going to make a wrist lock behind the back with the hands touching the spine and try to bring our elbows together. Pull, arch the spine forward and apply chin lock. So basically we're going to take those hands behind the back and we're going to clasp our wrists. So actually I'm going to turn around all the way so y'all can see what I'm doing here. So you're going to take those hands behind your back and you're going to grab onto your arms just above those wrists on either arm. Those hands are gently going to rest on the base, like towards the back of the spine, that lower spine, and you're going to pull down towards the earth. You're going to feel that spine lengthening in the crown of the head, really draws itself upright to shine into the sky. Heart space is radiating forward. Closing the eyes, drawing the attention back inside. Natural breath. That spine is arched. Gently apply your chin lock. Draw that chin back and down so that you have that super beautiful long line of the body. You're here for 2 minutes. You're already 30 seconds in. This particular exercise raises the energy up the spine and elevates you. It's a fabulous exercise to do many times a day. You can open your heart from the back, feel your shoulder blades move down and together. You're going to relieve a lot of stress, which is blocking the heart center energy, and it's going to relieve you within that space. Only got about 30 seconds left. Inhale deeply, suspending your breath and applying your root lock. Exhale. Release the lock, release those hands back down to the knees, keeping the eyes closed, breathing into the body. Gently opening those eyes. We're going to move directly into that Gudka Kriya, using the magic mantra as the Gudka to reverse negative energy. So if you're going to be using your Spotify playlist for that Ek Onkar, then go ahead and pull that up. If not, then you can just say it, and it's totally okay too. The mantra is Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad, Sat Guru Prasad, Ek Onkar. Translation: God and we are one. I know this by the grace of the true Guru. I know this by the grace of the true Guru. God and we are one. And of course, the true Guru is found within our own being. We find the true Guru from inside. There is no way to find the true Guru than going within. This mantra is also known as the Siri mantra, or the magic mantra, which stops anything negative and removes all obstacles. It brings great intuition. If the mantra is chanted 5 times, it will stop the mind and put it into reverse gear. It can take you beyond duality and establish the flow of the spirit. So essentially, too, what they were saying, and something that I read said, if you're finding yourself in this, spin off of this negative mind or something of that nature, that's the off switch, right? So if you find that you are constantly going to these negative places, you can flip the switch of that negative switch with this mantra, and you can say it 5 times to yourself or out loud, and it will help to shift your perception away from the negative mind, okay? It needs to be chanted with reverence. After chanting this mantra, anything you say will be amplified. They say this is like a super serious mantra. Like when we say this, everything we say after that is amplified. So you have to be super aware of your self-talk. You have to be aware of the things that come out of your mouth and the thoughts that you're thinking, because everything is going to be amplified. We're always already feeding the energy we want to experience more of. We're creating through our words, through our thoughts, our conscious actions, our conscious choices. All of these things will be amplified through this mantra. So be very self-aware with the way you speak, the way you think, and the choices you make from within this knowledge of how this particular mantra works. It's super powerful. So be positive. Don't say anything negative. This mantra can have a negative backlash if chanted incorrectly. And if you're not, watching what you say after you use it. So be very careful. It's best to invoke the sacred chant or meditate before practicing this mantra. So, a gutka is the thing, it's the switch, that stop lever that you can use, and that's what this is. So, let's get going. We're going to be doing this particular one for 11 minutes. And this is a reversal. So this is basically a reversal of whatever, we're experiencing that we don't want to experience more of, whatever's in there, whatever negativity that's not aligned to our being, that's what we're letting go through this reversal, this mantra, this usage of, it's like flipping the coin, right? I'm looking at the negative, I'm feeling into the negative, I'm feeling into the stuff that's not aligned to me. I'm going to flip the coin so that everything's aligned to my being, everything, is what I want to experience more of. So sitting in easy pose with your spine straight, you're going to use your thumb to lock down the Mercury finger, which is your pinky, and your Sun finger, which is your ring. Raising your Saturn finger, which is your middle finger, up at a diagonal, and lower the Jupiter finger, which is your index. And it's going to angle like scissors. We're going to stretch our arms out straight in front of us to do this. So your thumb is holding your ring finger and your pinky finger down. You've got your two peace fingers up, right? And then you're going to stretch those arms out in front of you. Middle finger is going to be angled up, and your pointer finger is going to be angled down. So they look like scissors, just like that. And they're stretched out directly in front of you. When the Saturn finger is higher than the Jupiter finger is lower, they are on a diagonal to each other, and this is called Gutka Kriya. Close your eyes and concentrate at the third eye. Begin a brisk, continuous chanting of Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad, Sat Guru Prasad, Ek Onkar. So if you have that playlist and you want to go ahead and use that to chant along with, then feel free to do so. If not, you can just chant it on your own. So I'll chant it with you a couple times, and then you can go on, or you can go ahead and mute me now so that you can listen to your mantra through Spotify. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad, Sat Guru Prasad, Ek Onkar. Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad, Sat Guru Prasad, Ek Onkar. Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad, Sat Guru Prasad, Ek Onkar. Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad, Sat Guru Prasad, Ek Onkar. I'm going to go ahead and stop so you can continue at your own pace. Keeping your attention at the third eye point. When you stretch those arms out tight and you put the fingers straight, you have the angle right, and you're concentrating at that brow point center, you may start to feel something. Something will start to happen right there. So it's that immediate change. Those arms start to feel tired, just relax the body as much as you can. Not just using the arms to hold themselves up, but using the strength of your back body. Ensuring that those shoulders are relaxed down and back. And focus on the mantra, focus on the words. Put that energy into the mantra. The mind is a tricky place. It's easy to get caught up in a cycle of escalating negativity. The what ifs are a dangerous creature. When they mate with the not good enoughs, it makes for vicious offspring. It can be very difficult to stop the mind in its tracks. Using this most sacred of mantras with the utmost respect can help turn off that negative mind and draw us back into alignment. Remembering to watch your thoughts and actions after you chant this, because you'll be in such a state of manifestation that your thoughts will accelerate into being. And luckily, this mantra helps to switch your thoughts to the positive, reversing all negativity into positivity. You're more than halfway through, 6 minutes in, you only have 5 minutes left. If you absolutely have to rest, do so. And if you and when you can, come back. Continue the mantra even if you have to relax the arms for a moment. 3 more minutes. You're so much stronger than you think you are, even if you think you can't maintain it. Never pressing into pain, tingling, or numbness, but always pushing ourselves past our edge of what we think we can do. Trusting in the body to carry us. Allowing ourselves to give ourselves over completely to our mantras, to our practice. Remembering the deep well of strength that exists within each of us. Focusing that energy into our mantra. Chanting harder. Chanting louder. Keep that spine straight. From the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head. One more minute. If you've come out of posture and you can come back in, this is the time to do it and finish really strong. Just 15 seconds. Inhale. Hold the position. Stretch those arms forward. Stretch the spine. Hold the breath as long as you can. Applying that root lock, Mula Bandha. After your exhale, rapidly and powerful inhale and exhale 3 times. Release those hands down to the knees. You can take those hands actually and place them in your lap, gently resting one on top of the other. Eyes are still closed. Your attention is at your third eye point, aware of what's going on within your being. Just gauging the sensations, the feelings within the physical, emotional, and energetic body. Not telling a story, not attaching, just witnessing and observing. The third eye point is the yogic scriptures say is your Kamal, Vigase, Sab, Duk, Nas. The moment the lotus turns around, all disease and pain go away. With your attention maintained at your third eye point, sitting in this easy seated posture, visualize a huge rectangular tank of water surrounded by a marble walkway. Imagine that there's a huge gate on the west side of the walkway. From this gate, a bridge goes out to a holy temple in the middle of the tank of the water. In the temple, music is playing. Allow yourself to hear it and experience it. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Relax. Open your eyes and bring yourself back to your ordinary awareness. This is called pratyahara, the science to control the mind and totally synchronize it. Slowly and gently, whenever you're ready, drawing yourself down onto your back for your final corpse pose, Shavasana posture. Lengthening through the legs, releasing that spine vertebra by vertebra into the earth. Allowing the arms to frame the body, fingertips are pointed down towards the feet. Allowing the feet to fall to the side and sinking into your breath, sinking into the earth. Completely relaxed. Allowing your feet to fall to the side. Focusing on the breath. The rise of the body on the inhalation. The way it falls into the earth on the exhale. Allowing yourself to drift. Allowing the energy of these exercises to continue to shift, move, open up new space. Really slowly and gently drawing your attention back to your body. Beginning to wake it up by gently wiggling the fingers and toes. Wrapping the hands around the wrists or the feet around the ankles. Take some gentle stretches. Full body stretch or cat stretch. Taking the knees into the chest and rocking and rolling upright into a comfortable seated posture whenever you're ready. We're going to finish our practice today with 3 long Sat Nams. I am truth. Truth is my name. Truth is my identity. Take those hands, tuck those thumbs into your chest. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully and completely. Inhale to begin. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Namaste. I see you. I see the truth of your being. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy birthday to my mom. And I will be changing the time of Kundalini starting June 1st. Our Kundalini live class is going to be held at 4 o'clock in the afternoon as opposed to the morning. I feel like more people might be able to attend the live class at that time. And so we're going to be making that change at that time. I just want you guys to be aware. And just put these tools in your toolbox. You know, if any of this stuff resonated for you today, know that you can use it at any time you need. And, you know, remember the stuff that feels like it's important to you and is going to benefit you in the future. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll look forward to seeing y'all next time. Bye.